Welcome back to Fireside Chat. This is Tim Wilcher, your host. We're going to go through the next 11 segments spread out through the next month. And we're going to go over every single team, starting from the bottom, working towards the top. And how I'm going to decide who's at the bottom and the top is based on all the owners. All the owners ranked their teams 1 through 11, with the number 1 being worth 10, the number 11 obviously being ranked 0. We did owners rankings, and they came through, and the number 11th seed, and who we're going to go over today, is the Diamond Dusters. This squad was led by Marty Rizal. He is a rookie owner and won Rookie of the Year last year, and he's been a big part of this league. In starting with last year, even the year before that, he's came in, made a big impact, has really just clicked with everyone. He's been a great guy, and he's getting a lot of disrespect from the other teams. And as we go into each segment, and as I go over each team, I'm going to give a bold statement to start about what I think about the team. I'm going to break down the team from a roster perspective, from a statistical perspective, and my insight on how they're going to do. So let's start with this, Diamond Dusters. And my statement for this team is, put away the brooms. The dust storm's not coming. Put away the brooms. I'm with the owners on this to an extent, but I'm gonna be like a meteorologist in this situation. I'm gonna say there's a 30% chance the storm comes through. Okay, your meteorologist in April, he's gonna come through. He's gonna say there's a 30% chance that we're gonna see a storm. Majority, it's not gonna happen, but he's gonna save himself and say there's a 30% chance just in case everything falls into place. And that's what this roster is. If everything falls into place, you might have to take them brooms out of the closet because it's going to get dusty. Marty Rizal leads this team. Took Alex Friedman with his first pick. 11th pick, last pick of the first round. I think that was a good pick for him. I really do. Not a high salary player. And I asked Marty, I said, what was your thought process? What was your thought process on drafting Alex Friedman? And he gave a great answer. He's going to show up. He's passionate, and he has ownership experience. Alex Friedman's the commissioner of our partner league, Old Republic Wiffle Ball League, out of New Carlisle. They're everywhere in the South Bend area, but he runs Maple City Magic. Led them to a championship this past year in 2017. So he knows how to manage. And Marty went as far as to say that he's putting so much trust in Alex that he even has talked to him about both acquisitions, the trade to get Elijah, and the signing of Griffin Smith. And he said everything that he's going to do for the rest of the year, Alex will be involved in that process. Everything he will do the rest of the year, Alex will be involved in the process. And I think that's huge. I think that's big. I also asked him, is anyone untradeable? Is there anybody that you are 100% sure will be on this roster come playoff time? And he said there's one, Alex Friedman. Alex Friedman won't be moved. And I think that's huge. I think that's huge for Alex to know that he can come and play, that he's a part of the team, and he can do the best he can without knowing that he's going to get traded. But I think it's good for Marty too to have that guy to fall back on, to talk about what's best for their team moving forward. And I think they're going to work great together. So let's get into some of these stats, some things that I've noticed with this team. And the first is huge. This is the only roster without a player that played in the 2014 season. That's right. This is the only roster that did not have an original member on the team. Marty's the only one who played last year. Alex, Elijah, Griffin all started in 2017. Marty, or not last year. Marty was the only one who played in 2016, and he only played half the year there. This team, career-wise, has the lowest games played. 63 career games played. 63. Me, for example, I've played 77 career games myself. Caleb's played 71 career games himself. Jordan Moselle has played 66 career games himself. There's a bunch of players who have played more games themselves than this team has combined. And the inexperience, I think, could be a big factor, not only this season, but come playoff time. They're the only team with a career less than 100 innings pitched. They've only pitched 89 and a third innings combined. Only team with 52 games played total in their career. Every team has a player who has played at least 52 games. Marty Rizala has played 36. Alex Friedman, 21. Elijah, 4, and Griffin Smith, 2. So there's a lot of inexperience here. A lot of inexperience here. And finally, the last thing I want to get into about their inexperience is this is the only team without a player who's been in the championship. The only team. They had one in Luke Prince. They traded him away. All 4 of these players, none of them have made the championship. And every single team, the other 10 teams have had at least one player on their team that's been in the championship. Not one, but been in it. So let's go to some positives. Let's talk about some positives and why this 30% chance of this dust storm coming may actually happen. Number 1, 3 of their 4 players are above average pitchers. Elijah, Alex, and Marty, all above average pitchers, not only last year but career-wise. Elijah, small sample, I get it. But he did very well for coming in and only playing 4 games, something not a lot of people do. They are second in Ks per at-bat last season of all 11 teams. Second in Ks per at-bat, that means lowest Ks at the plate. And actually second in Ks as pitchers per inning pitched. So they don't strike out from the plate, yet they strike out a lot of players from the mound. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. They were also second in RBIs per at-bat at the plate. Good stats there. Very good stats there. I think Marty's a leader. I really do. And I think Alex is a leader. And if they can find a way to lead together, I think this team could be good. Marty was the 3rd best statistical player last year. I said that. But he was an elite pitcher and an elite batter. Both. He was just missed the top 6 in pitching. And he made the all-batting team. Alex Friedman, another two-way player. He is above average in pitching, and he was above average in batting. Griffin Smith is the X factor. Looked up some of his stats. He played 1 year in Orville, this 2017 season. He led the Granger Panthers to the semifinal, or the conference finals, up against the Newts, a team that everyone knows in the wiffle ball world. Led them in batting average. And he was their main pitcher. Pitched almost every game for them. If Alex and Marty can get Griffin to come week in and week out, and Griffin can really get a hold of some fast pitch, this team could be deadly. This team could be really deadly. But Elijah and Griffin are too much of X factors for the owners and for me to really think this team is going to make a difference. Elijah's $28. The average in Leroy is $30. If you're an average player, you'll be $30. Elijah was $28, just under that. I'm not taking a shot at him, but he doesn't have enough experience. He didn't prove to me enough that he's worth the $28. And one thing Marty said was if Elijah and Griffin show up and continue to improve, he's not going to move them. They're secure on the team. And I think that's a huge mistake from Marty's part. You got to find value in players. You got to find value players that play above their salary. And I just don't think that Elijah, under a full year, will be able to put out what Marty's giving him in salary. I don't. He's going to have to prove that wrong. I don't think he's going to be as good from the mound, and I don't see much improvement from the plate from him. But I think Elijah's got to really, really, really focus on getting good. Focus on working on that pitch. Griffin Smith, low salary, really low salary. There's no expectations for Griffin Smith. This is where the Dusters can be good. If Griffin can come and shock the world and play even at an average level, this Dusters team could be a 1-2-3 punch. Well, if Elijah can be that guy, if he could be that 3 or 4, fine. Right now his salary's worth a 3, and I don't think he's going to play like a 3. But if he can get to a 3 level, and Griffin can get to a 3 level, and Alex can play like a 2, and Marty can play like a 1, this team's going to win games. But if Elijah can't play like a 3, he's got enough salary to sign somebody that's in that 3 role. And if Griffin can get up to a 3, this team could be good. This team could be good. I asked Marty what his projections were for the team, and I asked him to give himself a grade. He gave himself a B- and a 9-11 record. He projected himself to go 9-11. And that would be probably a 6 or 7 seed, which will leave him versus a top-tier team in the playoffs to start off. And I think I'd give him an 8-12 record. 8-12 record. And I think once again they're going to go versus a 3 or a 4 seed, and I think that they're going to get knocked out in the first round, and Marty will once again fail to make the semifinals. I think a success for them will be to stay out of the death bracket. So here's my final take on the Dusters. This team succeeds by Elijah playing like a 3, playing close to an average player, and right around what his salary is, and by Griffin really just coming in and playing all out and being a top tier player, a 2 or a 3, dominating from the mound and really giving them a 1-2-3 punch. How do I see this team struggling? Them coming out of the gate, losing games, getting to a say 2-6 record, Griffin giving up, Elijah giving up, and Alex and Marty are left with salary cap penalties and 2 roster spots they need to fill, which will set them so far back in chemistry and being able to get to the top that their season will be gone. The Diamond Dusters, don't put the broom in the storage. Keep it in the closet. There's a chance the dust storm may come, but I wouldn't take it to Vegas. You're going 8-12. They're going to be a 7 seed. Knocked out of the first round, swept. Last thing I'll go over here, I asked Marty his 3 favorite teams, or the 3 teams that he wanted to go up against this year, and is excited to play, and he said the Clams, Sluggers, and Narwhals. I asked him why. He said in his opinion those are the top 3 teams if everyone on the team show up. And he wants to see how he matches up with them. The Clams, the Sluggers, and the Narwhals. So that's it on our Diamond Dusters. That's it on Marty Rizala's teal and orange squad. And we're going to go to another orange next week as we highlight the 10th team that the owners ranked. And that's the Flying Hawaiians. And this one also is interesting to me because they were ranked number 1 in the power rankings based on last year's rankings. And we're going to dive into why the owners think they're 10th and why I think they're dead wrong. That's it from Fireside Chat. We'll see you next time.